We are not perfect, and I'm pretty sure that I'm speaking for everyone at some point when I say we have all had times and periods in our life where our goals and our expectations of exactly what we want don't really meet our action. Welcome to the channel. If it's your first time, my name is Karina and I make videos about money, woman, and power. And I suppose today's motivational video will be how to get some of that power back. I also want to let you know that I wrote an ebook guide to how to take back your confidence. It's going to be linked down below. We can really want something, but the things we're doing, the things we're thinking are just not lining up with that. And we start to feel let down. We start to maybe feel like a failure, like we're not doing enough, like there's not enough time in the day, like you need some special trick in order to flip things around, whether you call it a rut or just not having motivation. And that's exactly what I'm here to talk about, is the topic of motivation and how to get over your slump of feeling unmotivated. I'm going to be giving you 7 actionable tips. I'm gonna write them down and explain them. I personally use them, and I can tell you everyone has an overwhelming life at some point in time. Running online businesses and building brands, it really is kind of tiring at some point. And no matter what profession you're in, or if you are doing something else, maybe it's not even business related, maybe it's related to your health or to your family, it does get to feeling overwhelming. So we need to have armor on us so we can know how to surpass these moments in time, because they're not permanent. And once we do surpass them, then we're able to get back on track and start kind of molding our life to how we want. So if you are in that position, don't feel bad at all. As soon as you take the right actions and the right steps and implement the right things, you will be able to kind of go towards your goals, and slowly and surely you will start to see things progressing in a positive way. No one else is going to pull you out of those situations except for you. There's no miracle that's going to happen. You need to have these habits and tools in your mind at your own expense whenever you need to use them, because this will happen very frequently in life, and it's not going to be a big deal if you know how to overstep those things. The very first thing is you have to set your target. You cannot hit a target that you cannot see. So if you don't have a purpose, and I'm not trying to be deep, you don't have to know your life purpose, you don't have to know the very end result, but you have to know something that you can imagine and work towards. Whether it's something small, maybe you want extra $1,000 in your income, or maybe you want to lose 5 pounds, or perhaps you want to find a partner. It could really be anything, but you need to know exactly what you're aiming for. Otherwise, you're going to be swimming in this abyss of kind of letting life happen to you without really knowing what to do next. You have to be able to visualize that result actually happening, and you have to do it with a very positive emotion and kind of the benefits that you're gonna get out of it and everybody else. So say you are, and by the way, also before the examples, it can get challenging to do this step, by the way, if you are kind of caught up in your negative self-talk, or if you don't think or believe that you're gonna get there. So you have to be confident in yourself and know that there are so many people that started from literally rock bottom, from absolutely nowhere. And at some point in time, we literally knew nothing about this life. We're all on an even playing field. So if they can go from not knowing anything to knowing something, and even enough to get them to their goal, then so can you. There is no limiting belief. So what you have to do is actually see yourself in that picture. Say you want to lose weight, right? And you want to wear a beautiful dress that may be fitted for your new weight. Imagine how you're going to feel in that dress. Maybe it's a special event or something like that. Or if you are trying to increase your income or get a job promotion, imagine yourself as that power figure in your job, earning that extra money, getting that income, and really feeling empowered by that, because it is truly possible. And really tuning into how am I going to feel when I'm in that position, right? Because that tricks your mind, and your mind actually doesn't know the difference between something that's happening now or something that's happening in the future if you are attaching those positive emotions to it. The next thing you're gonna wanna do, and this is one of my favorites, is set yourself a reward for achieving that goal. So whatever it may be, maybe you are having an extremely difficult work month ahead of you, or work months ahead of you, or you're working on new projects, and it can get difficult and daunting at times. But if you set yourself a reward, that's another thing to look forward to. And oftentimes, since most of my work is, well, all of it actually is done from a computer, from the setting and comfort of my own home, I sometimes forget kind of the all dimensions of life, right? So there's different jobs with offices, and you see people and you interact and you kind of get pulled in and out of different environments. For me, I'm always kind of in the same environment, so I kind of sometimes forget there are other things out there, and I get into this rut and routine of doing the same thing over and over without really planning anything. But if you plan something fun, or even if it's a small event such as your friend's birthday party, or something you want to reward yourself, maybe a new piece of clothing that you've been really wanting that has always been out of your budget, and for now, if you have that raise, you can actually get something that you truly enjoy. Make sure it actually adds value to your life, right? Things like that, maybe a vacation or a getaway somewhere, a special event that really makes you, for me at least, it makes me work a little bit harder, and it makes me look forward to something that I know that once I get there, you know, there's gonna be a reward or something fun ahead of me. Abundance, right? You have to think of what's more abundant to you and what's more valuable, and place that in terms of the goals you are setting. So, for example, you are trying to get more income. What is kind of more enjoyable, to have that income, right? Even if you work harder for it, or to kind of be depriving yourself of things, right? It's easier to be depriving yourself of things, yes, because our natural body just wants to relax. That's just how we're wired. But what's more fun and more abundant is extra money, right? So if you think of it that way, obviously, logically, you want that. So maybe you're going to be willing to work harder. On the other side of things too, when it comes to having a body that you want or being more healthy, junk food and desserts and movies on Netflix, you know, interrupting your sleep patterns, all of that is available. French fries are $2. Netflix subscription is $9.99. It's all in abundance. Desserts and candies, again, are like 99 cents at stores. That's everywhere all the time. If you really truly want it, you should know that you can go out and get it. There's nothing stopping you from getting it. But you can't always just get your dream body. You can't always just get your health. When that's gone, that's much harder to bring back. Ask yourself this question: is a $2 candy bar really worth all of the work you're putting in? Because when you put in all the work and you get into a routine, the compound effect starts to take action. So small little things that you're doing day to day will pile up, and they will ultimately lead to a much bigger result that is kind of exponential and bigger than if you were to just kind of add those days up, right? It just goes up tremendously higher. So you want to focus on that, and know that if you do want to splurge or kind of break pattern, you can have it any time in your life. You can pick up a candy, you can do anything. Maybe 1 year, in 2 months, but right now you're focusing on the end result, and that's what's truly gonna make you happy. Subtraction. And oftentimes we feel like we don't have enough time because our day is flooded with things that are unnecessary to us, unnecessary decisions, such as stupid apps being on our phone like TikTok and Instagram, and we browse through them, or unhealthy snacks being in our drawers, maybe negative people around our lives, things that honestly waste our time, maybe even a TV or a subscription. So first you want to subtract these things from your life so you can really focus on your goals. So whether you have to get rid of your junk food and cancel your subscriptions, delete TikTok and all those apps that you're just mindlessly scrolling through that could take 20 minutes, an hour, which is an hour you could have spent working on your business or exercising or something like that. And not for forever, right? We don't want to be extreme, but just do it when you are really in this rut and you're stressed and you're trying to get that motivation, you're trying to get to your goal, because this is honestly going to weigh you down. It's going to lead to temptations, and you're going to look at it and want to look at more TV and more social media. So it's so much easier when none of that is present and not wasting your time. After you subtract, you want to add. And the things we're going to be adding are, again, things that are going to build your mindset and build your armor. And that means not listening to mindless music or things like that, but listening to podcasts, audiobooks, reading books, listening to motivational YouTube videos. When I first started my entrepreneurial journey, I think this really helped my motivation. I already had that passion and strive, but hearing it day in and day out, pretty much anytime I was doing something, cleaning or doing my makeup, even taking a shower, I would put a large speaker in the shower and I would blast it up so I could hear it. And whether that's motivational aspects or things related to your career and learning, for me it was half and half. I like to spend half of the time listening to motivational aspects and the other half listening to actual business things that related around my scheme of work, and that really helped me build up my knowledge. And I was doing that day in and out for a long time, for months. I'm telling you, months, and I had a priority checklist of things I needed to do, and when I did those, I really started to see results. So if you kind of pollute your mind, if you fill your mind with these positive things, you will start to notice changes, and that's because you are training your mind to really think in that way. And last but not least, you want to wake up earlier. Now, I put 5 a.m. Club right here because that is the book I am currently listening to on Audible, and I've done it a few times where I wake up at 5 a.m. and I do notice that I'm so productive. You really have to time it with your sleep because sleep is super important and you don't want to be depriving yourself. I'm gonna let you know how this works and perhaps film a morning 5 a.m. routine if you're interested, and tell you how that boosts my productivity. I haven't tested it out for a prolonged period of time, but I will be this week, so I'll let you know with all the changes that this has. But I do suggest waking up early. It doesn't have to be at 5 a.m., but early enough so you can kind of use that time for yourself. I feel the most productive and accomplished when I wake up early and I am able to get my meditations, my journaling, my reading, listening to other things in before I start the workday, because it makes me very in the right mindset. It makes me less agitated, it makes me less reactive, it makes me more focused, and I love spending that time on myself because I feel like your personal development and the mindset work that you do is so much more powerful than any physical business work you're ever going to do. So I really feel most accomplished when all of that is checked in, and having that extra hour, extra 2 hours will really give you a mental start to everyone. Even, you know, it's a psychological start that everyone is sleeping and I'm here being productive. It makes you kind of have more fuel to the fire. So that's it for the video. Do subscribe and like it, and I will see you in the next one.